Recovery like they've done that before. Hold tight, you can do it. Okay, steady. Finishing it backwards is not necessarily a horrible thing. Cheer them on, they're going to make it. Come on, they're just about there. Big cheers, get them across the finish line. There we go. Congratulations. What an artistic way to finish. Both are being down the game. 64 in the kayak coming down to the final stretch here as well. Proud moment across the finish line, knowing that you have taken on the Ganny Rasker over here, folks, for Fanny down the Ganny. Congratulations.
Barry, the weather's, I guess it's held out. How's the river?
The river is good. We've last year it was a raging lunatic and we couldn't do it. This year it's above being bump and grind. It's up to a little better level, so we're quite happy that I think they're going to have a fairly good trip down.
Tell me about this year's event. Tell me about it. It's just prior to the start, but tell me how it is.
Well, right now that we think there's over 35 crafts up there with 100 people on it. The canoes and kayaks have already left. They'll be arriving shortly. There's 70 of them in the water going like heck.
What about the floaties?
The floaties, I haven't checked on to see what they're doing. They'll be coming back. We got to get them in stages, so they're up there. We had over 12 registered, which is kind of good for somebody that can walk up with something and join us. So we're quite pleased with that. It's a new thing. We don't know how it's going to go.
Tell me about this year's event. Well, tell me about the event itself. It's a lot to put on, but tell me about what it does for the community.
Tell me about what? Sorry.
Tell me about what it does for the community. It's a lot to put on.
In our minds, we think it's a big community get-together. It's the rite of spring in Port Hope. Yeah, we have neighbors who walk up and down, haven't seen each other for a long time. And it kind of brings people together in a very positive way for Port Hope. Port Hope has a lot of negative things in the past. We think this is a very positive thing, and Port Hope is behind us, the council's behind us, and people love the fact that we have Float Your Fanny down the Ganny, having fun outside on our river.
When did it start?
It started the year after the flood, and that was 1980, the flood. 1981, a group of people said, damn, we're not going to curse the river, we're going to go and enjoy it. So they went up to the top to Sylvan Glen, jumped on anything that floated, came down. And then it jumped on, and each year it started. For 43 years, we've been floating your fanny down the Ganny, having a good time.
Tell me about, you've had all sorts of weather over these years.
Yeah, we've had snow. We've had to postpone because there's been ice banks on the river. Last year we had rain and torrent, and it was miserable, and we had to shut down the crazy craft because of the dam, of the Sylvan Glen Bridge. And then we had to shut down the other events because the river was so raging. So we've had it all. This year we're going to have sun. I've called for it. It's going to come. I don't know what time, though. I'm going to get some sun, Pete.
This is your last one. Tell me about the thoughts on that.
It's, very, very hard thing to say that I'm not going to do this anymore. My daughter and I say it's blissful we've done it, but it's not a good word, but that we've been doing it, and but it's time for younger people to take over and let somebody else see if there's another visions that they want to do.
Why did you get involved?
We got involved because we're floaters, because we went down the river, enjoyed it so much. We come from an event background, we run events, and so we said we can improve and make this better. And so we think we have done a pretty good job of doing that.
How long have you been doing it?
Over 15 years now we've been organizing the event. Of course, we've been involved floating before that.
When the last crazy craft comes down at the end of the day, I'm sure there'll be a sigh of relief, but on the other hand...
Yes. When the last crazy craft canoe and everything comes down, that sweep canoe comes through, we know everybody's safely off the river. It's always a big cheer every year because we want to bring them all back happy and cold, but happy.
Barry, I want to thank you for all you've done for this community. You and your daughter have just done an amazing job, and the community deserves, the community thanks you for what you're doing, because without you this wouldn't have happened. Hopefully somebody will carry it on, and that's what your wish is.
That's our wishes, yeah.
So thank you for all you've done, and take care and have a good float.
Okay, thank you.
Let me get you. Go on over. Here. How was it? Just with the media. How was it?
Very cold.
Where did you started from Sylvan Glen?
Yeah, all the way up at the top.
How was it? How was the journey so far, or how was it since?
It was great until about the last 90, like 2% of the train. We just went down up there.
And that was it.
It was fantastic though.
Are you going to go back in and finish it?
Our boat has a huge hole in it.
So?
That's a good point.
It's not water buoyant.
Where's, oh, is that it?
Yeah. Don't float no more.
Yeah. Was it a good time though?
It was great.
Would you do it again?
100%.
This the first time?
This is my second time.
So you did it last year? Or
Yeah, but we didn't go down the rapids last year.
So this
Just
was,
stopped up at the top.
but you'd still do it again?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was
Thank you,
good.
folks.
Congratulations. Did you have completed over Fanny down the Ganny? And Team Pride making their way down. Let's hear some noise. Congratulations. You have completed over. Is stronger than them, much stronger than them. Backwards, sideways, hopefully not upside down. You can do it. Number 53, congratulations. You have completed over Ganny and the Ganny. That's another GoPro I really want to see. Another floaty, I believe. truck. Let's cheer them on. Welcome to Ganny down to Ganny, and you have done it. Congratulations. Come on, you're almost there. Just push through that. Just the 3 final rocks to get past with the aid of the rushing Ganaraska River. Big push to get through, and there you go, making it look easy. And those weren't the rocks I was talking about. There you go, look at that, no problem at all. Just a few more strokes to get to the end, and then I can say these words: congratulations, you have completed Float Your Fanny down the Ganny. Next couple, you're looking good, congratulations. You made it through the final set of rocks. To hear the words, almost hear the words, getting there to hear the words. All right, next crazy crafts are making their way down. Couple close together here, could get another photo finish, which is kind of difficult to do when you don't have a camera at the finish line. Here we go, big push to this final rock at number 16. He rolls right through it. Oh, hit the brakes. The other pedal, look at this. It is going to be close. It's going to be very close. Oh, it is no longer close. That's one way, backwards, frontwards. Don't turn the boat around, turn yourself around. Congratulations, you have completed Float Your Fanny down the Oops.
Open your mouth. Lick it. Lick it.